You can lose 90% of kidney function before a single symptom shows up. That means by the time you actually feel something is wrong, your kidneys may already be severely damaged. Unlike your heart, which pounds faster when stressed, or your lungs, which make you cough when irritated, your kidneys often stay quiet. They filter your blood day and night without complaint, but when they begin to fail, the warning signs are often subtle or completely invisible. A little swelling in your ankles, feeling more tired than usual, or some restless nights might be brushed off as part of aging. In reality, those small changes could be silent alarms from your kidneys, calling for attention. Now, here's where it gets even more confusing. Many people, especially seniors, try their best to live healthy by changing their diets. They cut out soda, avoid fried foods, reduce red meat, and pile their plates with vegetables. They drink smoothies, juice, and eat so-called superfoods, believing they're protecting their bodies. And on the surface, it looks like the perfect plan. Doctors, magazines, and health blogs all repeat the same advice. Eat more vegetables, eat more plant-based foods, eat clean. But what if that advice, followed blindly, is actually pushing your kidneys closer to danger instead of away from it? The truth is, not all vegetables are automatically safe for your kidneys. Some are naturally packed with minerals like potassium and compounds like oxalates that, in small amounts, are harmless. But when your kidneys are aging or under strain, these same nutrients can quietly pile up in your blood. Instead of helping, they begin to overload your system. And here's the shocking part. The very foods many people add to their diet because they believe they're healthy tomatoes, spinach, beets, potatoes, can turn into silent threats if you don't handle them correctly. It's not about fear. It's about awareness. Because when you know which foods to watch, you can make small changes that protect your kidneys without giving up on health altogether. So the question is, which vegetables are silently sabotaging your kidneys? Let's uncover the first vegetable hiding in plain sight. It's not the tomato itself, it's what we turn it into. Fresh raw tomatoes in moderation are usually fine for most people, even those with kidney concerns. The problem begins when tomatoes are processed into concentrated forms like tomato paste, canned sauce, ketchup, or juice. These products may look harmless because they start with a vegetable, but once concentrated, their potassium levels shoot up to dangerous amounts. A single cup of unsalted tomato sauce can have nearly 1,000 milligrams of potassium. That's close to half of what someone with kidney issues should consume in an entire day. If you eat a plate of pasta topped with homemade sauce that uses an entire can of paste, you can silently double or triple your safe limit in just one meal. When potassium builds up in the blood, the condition is called hyperkalemia. It often gives no early warning signs, but it can quickly become life-threatening. Instead of being flushed out by the kidneys, the potassium lingers, interfering with the heart's electrical system. At first, it may cause fatigue, muscle weakness, or slight irregular heartbeat. But in more severe cases, it can suddenly disrupt the heart's rhythm so badly that it can stop altogether. That means the comforting pasta sauce on your dinner table could quietly be putting your heart and kidneys at risk without you even knowing. Take Robert as an example. He was a 59-year-old retiree who prided himself on avoiding junk food. Every Sunday, he made fresh pasta sauce from scratch, thinking it was the healthier choice. But he used an entire can of tomato paste each time. What he didn't realize was that one serving of his sauce was giving him more than 1,500 milligrams of potassium. His kidney function, already a little reduced with age, couldn't handle the overload. His blood potassium levels spiked to dangerous numbers. After his doctor explained the risk, Robert cut back to just 2 tablespoons of sauce per meal and added kidney-friendly herbs for flavor. Within weeks, his potassium levels stabilized. The lesson here is clear. It's not always the vegetable itself that's harmful. It's the way we process and consume it in concentrated amounts. But if tomato sauce is a stealth attack, the next food is a full-on ambush. A childhood favorite may become a senior's silent threat. Potatoes are one of the most common comfort foods in the world. Mashed, baked, fried, or roasted, they show up on dinner tables almost daily. They are tied to holiday traditions, family gatherings, and simple home-cooked meals. But for people with declining kidney function, potatoes can quickly turn into a serious danger. The reason is their extremely high potassium content. A single medium-sized baked potato can contain up to 1,000 milligrams of potassium, and sweet potatoes can be even higher. 1 cup of mashed sweet potato can deliver around 1,200 milligrams. For someone with kidney issues, that can already exceed their safe daily limit. When kidneys are healthy, they can filter out extra potassium with ease. But when they start to weaken, potassium begins to build up in the blood. The condition, called hyperkalemia, silently develops and doesn't always show symptoms right away. Over time, the overload puts stress on the heart's rhythm, creating the risk of sudden, irregular heartbeats or even cardiac arrest. What feels like an innocent side dish of mashed potatoes could be enough to trigger serious problems for someone whose kidneys are already working harder than they should. There are preparation methods that can help reduce the risk. One common technique is called leaching. To do this, the potatoes are cut into small pieces and soaked in water for several hours. After soaking, they are boiled in fresh water instead of baked or roasted. This process can remove up to 70% of the potassium, making the potato safer to eat in smaller amounts. But even after leaching, portion control is critical. Eating a full plate of potatoes, even if prepared correctly, can still overwhelm the kidneys. That's why experts recommend limiting to small, measured portions rather than eating freely. Linda, a 64-year-old grandmother, learned this lesson the hard way. During a Thanksgiving dinner, she ate generous servings of mashed potatoes, mashed sweet potatoes, and roasted red potatoes, thinking it was a healthy, vegetable-rich meal. Within hours, her potassium levels spiked so high that she had to be hospitalized. Her heart rhythm became unstable, and doctors warned her that her kidneys couldn't handle that kind of overload. After recovery, she switched to using the leaching method and limited herself to a quarter-cup portion. Since then, her potassium levels have stayed within a safe range. And if potatoes can overwhelm your kidneys, what about a so-called superfood loved by athletes? 1 glass for circulation, 1 step closer to kidney injury. Beets have gained a reputation as a miracle food in recent years. They are praised on wellness blogs, included in detox smoothies, and recommended for lowering blood pressure naturally. Athletes use beet juice to improve stamina, and health enthusiasts drink beet shots for better circulation. On the surface, it seems like a perfect choice for clean eating. But when it comes to kidney health, beets carry a double danger that can quietly harm your body. First, like potatoes and tomatoes, beets are high in potassium. A single glass of beet juice can hold 450 to 600 milligrams, and concentrated powders or health shots can deliver far more. For someone with compromised kidney function, that level of potassium quickly adds up, pushing blood levels into the danger zone. The risk is not always immediate, but over time, excess potassium builds in the bloodstream and puts stress on the heart's rhythm. The second, and even more serious issue, is oxalates. Beets are loaded with them. Oxalates are natural compounds that bind with calcium inside the body. When levels are too high, they form sharp crystals that lodge in the kidneys. These crystals can irritate delicate tissue, cause kidney stones, and in severe cases, block the filtration system altogether. Blending or juicing beets concentrates these oxalates, turning what looks like a healthy drink into a direct attack on the kidneys. Medical research has reported real cases where daily beet juice caused acute kidney injury. People with no previous kidney disease ended up in emergency rooms because oxalate crystals built up faster than their bodies could handle. The danger is especially high when large amounts are consumed in a short time, something common with detox diets or athletic performance routines. David, a 48-year-old fitness enthusiast, discovered this risk firsthand. After reading about beet juice improving endurance, he started drinking a large glass every morning. Within 3 weeks, he was in the hospital with severe kidney pain and abnormal lab results. Doctors found oxalate crystals in his urine, confirming the cause. His kidneys took 6 months to recover, and he was warned never to touch beet juice again. Beets may look healthy, but their hidden combination of potassium and oxalates can quietly damage the very organs you rely on to stay alive. But there's a vegetable even more toxic than beets, one you'd never expect in your pie. Sometimes the prettiest foods hide the darkest truths. Rhubarb, with its bright red stalks and tangy flavor, looks harmless and often shows up in pies, jams, and desserts. But beneath that cheerful appearance lies one of the most kidney-toxic vegetables you can eat. The danger comes from its extremely high oxalate content. Oxalates are plant compounds that, in small amounts, are usually manageable, but rhubarb contains them in massive doses. Just 1 cup of diced rhubarb can hold over 1,000 milligrams of oxalates, more than 20 times the safe daily limit for someone with kidney concerns. Once inside the body, oxalates bind with calcium and form sharp crystals. These crystals can scratch and clog kidney tissue, leading to painful stones or sudden drops in kidney function. The risk isn't only with fresh stalks. In rhubarb jams, sauces, and fillings, oxalates become even more concentrated. That means a single spoonful of jam or one generous slice of rhubarb pie can load the kidneys with more oxalates than they can safely process. The damage doesn't always build slowly. It can strike suddenly, causing acute kidney injury after just one high dose. Medical reports have documented people with no history of kidney problems ending up in emergency care after eating too much rhubarb in a short time. The kidneys, overwhelmed by oxalate buildup, lost much of their filtering power almost overnight. That's why experts give such a strict warning. For anyone with kidney concerns, rhubarb isn't just risky, it should be avoided entirely. Sarah, a 5-6-year-old teacher, learned this in a frightening way. She attended 3 family gatherings in one weekend, and at each one, she had a serving of rhubarb crisp. By Monday, she was in the hospital with severe pain and dangerously low kidney function. Biopsies confirmed oxalate crystals had blocked her kidneys. She required temporary dialysis and months of recovery before her kidneys improved. For her, rhubarb was permanently off the menu. And rhubarb's leafy cousin quietly overloads from both sides at once. The leafy green that looks harmless, but hits kidneys from 2 directions. Swiss chard is often seen as a nutrient-packed vegetable, praised in plant-based diets and wellness recipes. On the surface, it looks like a safe, leafy choice. But for people with kidney concerns, it brings a dangerous combination. Very high potassium and very high oxalates in the same bite. 1 cup of cooked Swiss chard can contain nearly 1,000 milligrams of potassium, almost the same as a baked potato. Alongside that, the same serving can hold over 1,200 milligrams of oxalates, which is far above what weakened kidneys can safely process. This double load creates 2 problems at once. The potassium pushes blood levels higher than the kidneys can filter, increasing the risk of hyperkalemia and sudden heart rhythm issues. At the same time, the oxalates can bind with calcium and form crystals, raising the chance of kidney stones or even blocking the kidney's delicate filtration system. While boiling Swiss chard can lower some of the soluble oxalates, it barely reduces the potassium. That means even when cooked, the risk remains high if the portions are not kept under strict control. The danger with Swiss chard is that it doesn't look suspicious. It's green, natural, and widely recommended in healthy diet guides. People add it to salads, sautés, or even juices without realizing the stress it places on their kidneys. It's not processed, it's not junk food, and that makes it easier for someone to believe it's perfectly safe. But for those with declining kidney function, it's a silent overload waiting to happen. Michael, a 6'2" who proudly switched to a plant-based lifestyle, began eating Swiss chard almost every day. He believed it was a smart swap for less healthy foods. After 2 months, his routine blood work showed dangerously high potassium levels, and not long after, he developed his first kidney stone. The very food he thought was protecting his health was in fact overwhelming his kidneys from both directions at once. Yet even this doesn't compare to the most dangerous vegetable of all, the one in millions of smoothies worldwide. The most praised vegetable online may be the worst for your kidneys. Spinach has long been labeled a superfood. It's low in calories, packed with vitamins, and found in everything from salads to baby food. Wellness blogs and diet plans promote it as the perfect way to start your day, especially in green smoothies. But what almost nobody mentions is that spinach is one of the most dangerous vegetables for people with kidney concerns. The problem is not its vitamins, it's its extremely high oxalate content. Oxalates are plant compounds that bind with calcium and form sharp crystals inside the kidneys. In small amounts, the body can usually handle them. But spinach contains some of the highest levels of oxalates found in any food. Just 100 grams of raw spinach can hold nearly 970 milligrams. For someone with vulnerable kidneys, that's almost 20 times more than what is considered safe in a single day. And here's where the danger multiplies. People don't eat just 1 cup. When spinach is blended into smoothies or juiced, it's easy to consume 3 or 4 cups at once. That can add up to over 2,000 milligrams of oxalates in a single glass. This flood of oxalates doesn't just pass through harmlessly. It can scar the kidney's delicate filters, block the tubules, and trigger a condition called acute oxalate nephropathy. It sounds rare, but more cases are being reported as spinach smoothies gain popularity. Healthy adults with no prior kidney issues have ended up in the hospital or even on temporary dialysis simply because they drank large amounts of raw spinach every day. Jennifer, a 3-4-year-old yoga instructor, is one such case. She believed she was improving her health by drinking green smoothies each morning. For 6 weeks straight, she blended 2 cups of raw spinach into her drinks. At first, she felt fine, but slowly, she developed fatigue, nausea, and back pain. Tests revealed her kidneys were clogged with oxalate crystals, and her kidney function had dropped dangerously low. She required emergency treatment and months of recovery before her kidneys began to stabilize. The experience forced for her to completely remove raw spinach from her diet. Spinach may look like a safe, nutrient-rich choice, but for kidneys under stress, it can be a direct path to serious damage. But here's the good news: not all vegetables are enemies. Some are your kidney's best friends. The humble white vegetable that heals quietly. Cauliflower may not look impressive compared to bright leafy greens or colorful superfoods, but for kidney health, it's one of the safest and most supportive choices you can make. Unlike potatoes, spinach, or Swiss chard, cauliflower is naturally low in potassium, phosphorus, sodium, and oxalates. These are the very minerals and compounds that tend to overload stressed kidneys. 1 cup of cooked cauliflower contains only about 88 milligrams of potassium, 20 milligrams of phosphorus, and 9 milligrams of sodium. That's a fraction of what dangerous vegetables deliver, and it makes cauliflower an excellent foundation for meals when protecting kidney function is the goal. What makes cauliflower even more powerful is its flexibility. It can be steamed, roasted, grilled, or mashed, allowing it to easily replace higher-risk foods. One of the simplest kidney-friendly swaps is to use mashed cauliflower instead of mashed potatoes. The texture is creamy and satisfying, but without the potassium overload that potatoes bring. Adding a little roasted garlic, a drizzle of olive oil, or a spoonful of low-sodium cream cheese can turn it into a dish that feels indulgent while still being safe for your kidneys. It's a way to enjoy comfort food without putting added pressure on the body. Beyond being safe, cauliflower also brings hidden benefits. As part of the cruciferous vegetable family, it contains natural compounds that have anti-inflammatory properties. Chronic inflammation is a major driver of kidney damage, and eating foods that help calm inflammation can support the body's ability to heal and slow down disease progression. This means cauliflower doesn't just avoid adding stress, it actively helps reduce it. It's also affordable, widely available, and easy to prepare, making it accessible for almost everyone. There's no need for expensive supplements or trendy powders when a simple vegetable can provide both safety and healing. Cauliflower shows that protecting your kidneys doesn't require complicated diets. It can start with small, smart changes in the kitchen. But if cauliflower comforts, the next vegetable protects like armor. Sweet, colorful, and secretly protective. Red bell peppers are not just a bright addition to your plate, they are one of the most kidney-friendly vegetables you can choose. Unlike many vegetables that carry heavy loads of potassium or oxalates, red bell peppers are naturally low in both. 1 cup of chopped red pepper has only about 251 milligrams of potassium, 30 milligrams of phosphorus, and just 4 milligrams of sodium. That balance makes them safe for people with kidney concerns while still delivering valuable nutrition. What makes red bell peppers special is their antioxidant content. They are packed with vitamin C, beta-carotene, flavonoids, and lycopene. These compounds help fight oxidative stress, which is a process that inflames and damages tissues in the body. Kidneys under strain are especially vulnerable to oxidative stress, and antioxidants from food can reduce that burden. By lowering inflammation and protecting blood vessels, red bell peppers support not only the kidneys but also the heart and circulatory system. Since kidney disease often goes hand in hand with heart problems, this double benefit is important. They're also versatile and easy to include in meals. You can slice them raw into salads, roast them for a smoky flavor, or stuff them with grains and herbs for a complete dish. Their natural sweetness makes them appealing without the need for added sugar or heavy sauces. And unlike concentrated tomato products, which overload the body with potassium, red bell peppers provide flavor and color without putting kidneys at risk. For seniors or anyone trying to protect kidney health, Red bell peppers can be a reliable everyday choice. They combine safety with strong protective effects, making them one of the top vegetables recommended by kidney health experts. Adding them regularly to your diet is a simple, affordable way to strengthen your defenses without extra effort. Yet, some healing doesn't look sweet. It smells strong and bites back. A centuries-old healer, proven in modern science. Garlic has been valued for thousands of years, not only as a seasoning but also as a natural remedy for many health problems. Today, research confirms what traditional medicine has long claimed: garlic is packed with compounds that protect the body in multiple ways. For kidney health, it stands out because it is naturally low in potassium, phosphorus, and sodium, making it safe to eat regularly without overloading fragile kidneys. At the same time, it contains organosulfur compounds, especially one called allicin, that delivers strong anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. Inflammation and oxidative stress are two of the main forces that speed up kidney damage. When kidneys are under strain, they often become inflamed, and harmful free radicals begin to break down delicate tissues. Garlic helps fight both problems at once. It calms inflammation, reduces oxidative damage, and improves blood flow, all of which support the kidneys in functioning more efficiently. But the benefits do not stop there. Garlic also has a natural effect on blood pressure. High blood pressure is one of the leading causes and complications of kidney disease. By helping to lower and stabilize it, garlic indirectly slows down further kidney damage. The way garlic is used can make its effects even stronger. When cloves are chopped or crushed, they release allicin, the main healing compound. Letting the garlic rest for 5 to 10 minutes before cooking allows this compound to fully activate. After that, it can be added to almost any dish: soups, sautés, or sauces, bringing flavor without adding harmful salt or heavy seasonings. Patricia, a 60-year-old woman with stage 3 kidney disease, experienced these benefits firsthand. Her doctor recommended she cut back on sodium and add more kidney-friendly seasonings. She began crushing 2 garlic cloves each day and adding them to her meals. Within 3 months, her blood pressure dropped from 150/95 to 135/85, and her inflammation markers improved. Her doctor was impressed with the progress and encouraged her to continue. Garlic shows that powerful healing doesn't always come from complex diets or expensive supplements. Sometimes it comes from simple, everyday foods that have stood the test of time. But sometimes the strongest defense comes not from attack but from resilience, the quiet champion that trains your kidneys to defend themselves. Cabbage may not seem like a powerful vegetable at first glance, but it carries unique benefits that go beyond basic nutrition. Unlike high-potassium greens such as spinach or Swiss chard, cabbage is naturally low in potassium, phosphorus, sodium, and oxalates, making it safe for stressed kidneys. But what makes cabbage truly special is a compound called sulforaphane. This compound activates a pathway in the body known as NRF2, which works like an internal defense switch. When it's turned on, your cells produce more of their own antioxidants, repair enzymes, and detoxifying agents. In other words, cabbage doesn't just reduce harm from the outside, it helps your kidneys become stronger at protecting themselves. This ability to boost the body's own defense system is critical for kidney health. Inflammation and oxidative stress often accelerate kidney decline, but by activating NRF2, cabbage helps slow this process down. Scientific reviews have confirmed that sulforaphane-rich vegetables, especially cabbage, may help protect kidney function and reduce the risk of further damage. Instead of relying only on external supplements, the body begins to fight back with its own protective tools. Cabbage is also one of the most affordable and widely available vegetables. It doesn't require a special diet plan or expensive products. It's sitting in nearly every grocery store and market, ready to use. It can be eaten raw in coleslaw, lightly steamed as a side dish, or sautéed with garlic and olive oil for a warm and safe option. Its versatility makes it easy to add to meals without much effort or cost. For people looking to protect their kidneys, cabbage proves that healing food doesn't have to be complicated or costly. A simple vegetable can provide the right balance of safety, protection, and accessibility. By making it a regular part of your diet, you give your kidneys the chance to repair and resist further harm. But before you stock your fridge, let's clear up one of the biggest lies in kidney health. Your kidneys are already the detox system, they just need relief, not gimmicks. The word detox has become one of the most overused promises in health marketing. Everywhere you look, there are ads for detox teas, juice cleanses, and expensive powders that claim to flush out toxins, reset your body, and restore energy. The idea sounds appealing, especially for people worried about their kidneys. But the truth is simple. Your kidneys are the real detox system. They filter nearly 50 gallons of blood every single day, removing waste and balancing fluids without needing a special drink or a 7-day cleanse. The problem isn't that your kidneys are dirty, it's that they can become overloaded. When they're under constant pressure from too much potassium, phosphorus, sodium, sugar, or oxalates, their filtering ability begins to weaken. No tea or cleanse can fix that. In fact, many detox products can actually be harmful. Some teas contain harsh herbs that dehydrate the body, while others add ingredients that strain the kidneys further. What people think is cleansing is often just fluid loss, which can make kidney problems worse instead of better. Real kidney cleansing comes from giving your kidneys less to struggle with and more support to do their natural job. That means reducing the foods that overload them, like concentrated tomato products, potatoes, beets, rhubarb, Swiss chard, and spinach, and replacing them with safer, healing options like cauliflower, red bell peppers, garlic, and cabbage. It also means drinking enough water, not in extreme amounts, but consistently throughout the day to help flush waste gently. Small choices, like seasoning with garlic instead of salt or swapping mashed potatoes for cauliflower mash, make a bigger difference than any detox kit ever could. The detox industry sells mystery and fear, but kidney health is about simple, steady habits. By lowering the load and giving your body safe fuel, you're not just cleansing, you're protecting your kidneys for the long run. And unlike gimmicks, these changes are safe, sustainable, and backed by real science. So, what's the path forward, and how can small steps change your future? Healing doesn't begin in fear. It begins with knowledge and action. At the start, we talked about Margaret, a 6-7-year-old woman who thought she was doing everything right. She avoided red meat, swapped soda for green juice, and blended spinach smoothies every morning. Yet those very choices landed her in the hospital with stage 3 kidney disease. Her story is not unusual, but it shows something important. Once she understood the hidden risks and made the right swaps, her kidneys began to stabilize. By removing spinach smoothies, cutting down her tomato sauce, and replacing potatoes with cauliflower mash flavored with garlic, her numbers improved, her energy returned, and her doctor was amazed. Knowledge gave her the power to take control. That same power is available to anyone. Kidney health isn't about chasing perfection or following extreme diets. It's about small, steady adjustments done consistently. Replacing one risky food with a safer alternative. Drinking water regularly instead of relying on juices or detox cleanses. Adding more protective vegetables like red bell peppers or cabbage to meals. Each small step may seem minor on its own, but together, they lift pressure off your kidneys and give them room to recover. It's worth pausing to reflect on your own meals. Which of the high-risk vegetables do you eat most often without thinking about it? Is it pasta sauce loaded with tomato paste? Large servings of potatoes at family dinners? A spinach smoothie because it seemed healthy? And now, which healing food can you add instead? Cauliflower instead of mashed potatoes. Peppers instead of heavy sauces. Garlic for flavor without salt. Cabbage as a simple side dish. The decision is in your hands. One plate at a time. Your kidneys may be silent, but your choices speak loudly. They respond to the care you give them. They don't need perfection, only relief. And when you make those adjustments, the results can be life-changing. More energy, fewer risks, and a healthier future. And in our next video, we'll uncover the everyday breakfasts that can either save your kidneys or sabotage them before your day even begins.